Thank you so much, Tony. Yes, my name is Keith Blakemore-Noble. I am the Mindset Master. For the past 13 years, I've helped thousands of people around the planet using my bespoke custom blend of NLP, hypnosis, and coaching. I've helped them to transform their lives. I'm an award-winning international speaker, multi-time best-selling author, master practitioner and trainer of NLP, hypnosis, and coaching, yada, yada, yada. And I know what you're thinking. And you're right. So what? Who cares? There's loads of coaches around. What makes me different? What makes me different from others? So I thought we would spend this next few minutes together seeing if we can unravel the mystery of what makes me a little bit different. So to do this, let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. So I was born at a very young age up in the northeast of Scotland. I spent my first 5 years growing up with me, my mum, my dad. After 3 years, my baby sister came along, but it was just the three and then four of us living in a farmhouse in the middle, pretty much of nowhere for the first 5 years. Didn't really meet many other people during that time. That's going to come in. That's going to be important a little bit later. Age of 5, we moved to a village of about 600 people where I went to school. Now at school, fortunately, I did quite well academically throughout primary school, secondary school, went on to university where I got a degree in computer and microprocessor engineering. I used this through a few career changes. I ended up with a 20-year career in IT, which I absolutely loved, thoroughly enjoyed. I did well in that, became a fellow of the British Computer Society. At the peak, I had people reporting to me from 3 different continents. I was responsible for tens of millions of dollars budget for vast amounts of equipment all around the world. Doing really rather well professionally. Remember I said that when I was growing up, my first 5 years, we didn't really meet that many other people. Yeah, that's where it becomes a bit of a problem because I didn't learn at that time how to interact with other people, how to connect with people. So as you can imagine, although professionally things were going well, personal life, it was a bit harder. It's kind of hard to make friends when you are terrified of speaking to strangers, which is what I was. I had social phobia, basically. And it reached the point where it was also starting to impact my career because I wasn't making network connections, so I wasn't able to progress my career. In the end, things came to a head. Isn't it funny how no matter how bad things are, we often refuse to do anything about it until disaster happens. And that happened for me. And as a result, I then started looking into personal development, studied NLP, hypnosis, coaching, studied them right up to train the trainer level, just thinking I would use that to sort myself out. Boy, did that work. Completely conquered my social phobia, totally blasted through my other 2 phobias, fear of heights and fear of spiders. No problem with those. Use it to overcome some unhelpful habits as well. Completely got rid of my Coke habit. I went from drinking 6 cans a day to not touching the stuff, just like that, with no withdrawal symptoms. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I also found that I was enjoying helping other people with this as well. I'd tell friends what I've done. They go, oh, can that help me stop smoking? Can that help me lose weight? Can that help me? Da, da, da. And the answer was always yes. And we did. We got great success. And I was sort of thinking, I quite enjoy this. You know what? I've been in IT for 20 years. I'm getting a bit fed up. It would be nice to do coaching, but I had the high-paid IT job. I had the outgoings to match. I couldn't afford to take the risk and the pay cut and start from scratch. And then one day, the most magnificent stroke of luck, my director called me into the office and sat me down and said, I'm really sorry, Keith, because of the financial situation, we have to make your position redundant. Here's a wheelbarrow full of cash, never come back. At which point I thought, well, if ever I was looking for a sign, this was it. Didn't even think about looking for another IT job. I thought, right, this is it. I'm going to set up as my own coach. I'm going to set up my own business as a coach because I've proved that it works. I know it works. I know that the power of going from facing something that terrifies you to it not being a problem at all. And I've saw the effect it had on other people. Things like the lady who, no matter what she tried with Weight Watchers, she still couldn't lose that last bit of weight. We did a tiny little thing together, completely got through it. So I started up my own coaching business. That was 13 years ago. Went on a little bit of a journey with that. The person who ran the company that I trained all my NLP and coaching and speaker training and so on under, went out to Bali, and I ended up going out to Bali, working with him, originally to help with his IT stuff. I ended up becoming his lead trainer, and trained countless people in NLP, in hypnosis, in coaching, trained countless speakers as well. There are several professional speakers out there. I trained them. He then moved from Bali back to the US. I went back to the US, did some stuff there. That's why I've spoken on stages literally around the world, USA, Far East, all places in between. Nepal and Tibet, we took some people to. But getting a green card's expensive and difficult. So I thought, you know what? It's been a great couple of years. Let's go our separate ways. I came back home to the northeast of Scotland, which is where I've been ever since. Because the stuff that I do, it works beautifully over Zoom, and before that Skype, because you don't have to be physically present to help someone with hypnosis or with NLP. You can do it all over Zoom. In fact, in many cases, it works even better because the person you're working with, the client, they're in the comfort of their own home, familiar surroundings. They can relax. They haven't had the stress of trying to find somewhere and sitting in a room with a complete stranger. They're at home in their own environment. Everything's comfortable, familiar. They can relax into it. They can let go and really immerse themselves. So they get even more powerful results. And so that's how I came to do what I do. And that's why I do it, because first of all, I know this stuff works because I use it on myself. I make huge breakthroughs. I mean, I went from, when I was in IT, I used to see all these seminars with all the latest about the latest developments in technology. I thought, oh, that'd be great to go to. And then I'd see the agenda, line 1, registration and coffee. And I actually felt my heart starting to pound, felt the cold sweat, thinking, oh, you mean I have to speak with strangers? I can't do that. I would turn those down, which of course hampers a career, but I would turn it down because I just could not bring myself to speak with strangers. Completely overturned that. In fact, straight after changing that, I went to an IT seminar, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick out 3 random people in the room. By the end of today, I will have got their business cards and had an excuse to have a follow-up phone call with them. And I did. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So I know the difference that it makes, whether it's mindset blocks or whether it's overcoming unhelpful habits or breaking through phobias or things that stop you doing what you really want to do. When I was young, I always wanted to be a performer. I always wanted to be on stage, terrified of the idea. Now I take part each year in local Amdram. Absolutely love it. A couple of years ago, I ended up singing on stage, singing solo on stage. I had an absolute blast. So I know the power of this stuff. I've seen the power in other people, and I've enjoyed watching them suddenly make a huge change in their life. Like the guy who was unable to go on holiday with his family because he was terrified of flying. Now they fly off to parts foreign 3 times a year. Absolutely love it. The person who was smoking, he decided to stop smoking because his daughter was the same age he was when he started. He thought, I don't want to be giving her bad habits. We worked together. He stopped smoking. He put all the money that he used to spend on cigarettes into a savings account. Saved $2.5 grand in just over 9 months. Boy, did they have a good Christmas. So I've seen the results that it has on others, and I absolutely love helping people to make these breakthroughs. Now, sometimes people say, yeah, but IT to coaching, that's a bit of a leap. Not really. When you think about it, with IT, you have an issue with a computer. You've got to figure out what's going on, come up with a solution for that specific problem. You can't just take a blanket solution. There's no one size fits all. You have to tailor it to that particular situation. Check that what you're doing works. Check you get the results. It's exactly the same with coaching. So that's why I love my bespoke blend of NLP, hypnosis, and coaching, where for each person, it's all tailored to them. So that's why I am Keith Blakemore-Noble. That's why I style myself as the Mindset Master, because for the past 13 years, I have helped literally thousands of people around the planet, including people in this very room, to transform their lives, overcome their unhelpful habits, break through phobias, and basically to be, do, and have more of what they most want, and less of what they don't. Thank you.